But I say
I'm
like dog be getting his ass beat.
no Invincible. Invincible is one of the funniest shit about like the comics is like Invincible is a terrible Viltrumite. Like Mark is a terrible Viltrumite for the sense of like Viltrumites grow up their whole life and they beat everybody ass, like everybody's. Then then there's Mark, who just gets his ass kicked until his body comes back strong enough to be like, all right, nigga, I can fight.
I mean, and then like
Hu-
when he run into these other Viltrumites, they be treating him like a hoe.
That's a
Humanity is a
fact.
motherfucker.
I
It
can't
was
I can't think of what the chick name was, the female
Anissa.
Viltrumite that is that the one who whooped his ass in season two, I
Yep,
think at the end of season
Oh,
two.
oh, brother.
she's a
He will
she's a
wish that's
story.
all she did to him.
Like it's gonna be so, when they get into like all of them, it's so great. Like the only thing they did from a comic enjoyer perspective that some people push back on is it's like they gave because Kirkman probably had made them like a little too strong because it's like a Superman comp, right? Where it's like these niggas is just stronger than everybody, fast and everybody, fly around all the shit. And the only out he really gave himself is they were like, all right, we're gonna make this shit perfect. Like we're gonna make a perfect species. And so we gonna kill each other until only the strong niggas is left. And then Omni Man pulls out this season, he's like, hey yo, that shit didn't work out too well. There's only 50 of us left. He's
I
like, we did
respect
a
the
little
shit out
too
of that
much.
though. I respect the shit out of that. We was wilding, so it's not that many of us left. We was tripping.
So I'm like, we thought, yo, we can make this shit perfect. Then we realized, hey, yo, there ain't that many standing around here. Um, and it's actually funny because technically there's kind of a spoiler, not really. Conquest isn't included in the 50 because he's his own head case and niggas just don't want to be around him. So he's literally like, that nigga's never allowed to come back home.
That
Nah,
too.
rewatch it. So like, because I remember when season two had came out originally, I remember like watching it, but not really watching it. Like I had it like I would have it on the TV, but be doing so much other stuff. So like some of the stuff I remember, and some of the stuff I didn't, and I was just like, I was watching that shit. I was like, when he his Viltrumite side came out when he was putting hands and feet on Ashton Levy.
That's a fact. Yeah, he be
That shit.
Emphasis on hands and feet. Left that nigga looking like hamburger meat.
Listen, man, he beat the brains out that nigga.
that's because Mark said, yo, I'm not trying to kill nobody. Everybody got a limit, man.
Hey,
Everybody
no,
got a fucking limit.
mind you, listen, that shit was blowing me to watching it, and I'm like every time Mark, like when every time Mark would try to get him, and he just send that nigga to another universe or another dimension. I'm like that
Hey,
shit
I'm like up
um,
blower on this nigga, man.
something.
like, so season three, obviously, we get the Invincible War, which is come back, and we get, I think they show what 17 of them. Except,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think it was like 18 because nine died and like nine lived.
yeah, and you get all the different forms of Mark, and so it's like Mark in this timeline, if you stayed a Viltrumite, Mark in this timeline, you get all these different timelines of Marks, and it's because they just can't. Like they power scaled that universe to it's like, all right, can you kill a Viltrumite? Yes or no? No, I
Them niggas
get the
were
fuck back.
evil, though. I've never seen a more hateful group of niggas before. Like them niggas was cold blooded.
that
That's how
shit.
you
I don't know, man. Like watching that shit is crazy. Like number one, I was like, I don't even know if it's a more like graphic like cartoon out there. Like, and it
there's
may
Can't
not.
be.
think of one. Can't think of one.
It may be, but I said number one, this shit graphic as fuck, and number two, like, and like I said, because I know we when season two came out, I know we weren't like recording and shit like that, but then even the fact that this nigga had a baby with an insect is crazy. Like, like so I mean, not, and I know we talking about season three, but like I said, I know we never kind of we weren't recording when season two came out, but I'm like, this shit is nuts.
That's that Viltrumite in you, bro.
And then you got the nerve like at the end of season two to be talking about I think I miss my wife.
Nah, that was nuts.
And I
Omni
don't
Man
know
tried
which
to
one.
spin
I
the
was
block.
trying to figure out which one you was talking about because I don't know if you're talking about the little fucking the little cricket wife or Mark mama. Like I was confused.
And he said Mark's mom was like a pet. You know, yeah, no, hey man, look, they got their own shit they into. They got Hey, no, Mohawk Mark might be
Mark,
my favorite. That nigga's angry as fuck all the time.
Mark's mama being a pet, and then you're gonna have a baby with an insect. It's insane.
Them niggas with season 2, that was like the best shit of season 2, though. Not the fucking the insect, but the fight that breaks out on that planet when you get to like really see like Viltrumites don't give a fuck, and them niggas just trying to kill you any way means impossible. They spilled that nigga's guts, and he came back and headbutted Omni Man in the back and broke his spine.
See, but
Like,
like, so when Mark was fight when so when Mark was when old girl came, what's her name was Anissa or something like that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So when she got there, and she had Mark fighting this little fucking sea demon or whatever, and Mark was getting his ass whooped. And then she just ran through the nigga brains or whatever she ran through and killed him. And I'm like, why the fuck you ain't just do this shit, bro? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, is
The
you
the
one of them or not?
scariest shit of that whole thing though, of Anissa in that second season was when him and Amber was at dinner and she just like appeared
Yeah,
with
that
her
was right
hand
before.
around her
That
fucking
was the
neck.
that was literally the scene right before she.
When I was like, my nigga, get up to that sky and talk to her, because
Yeah, yeah.
she will kill this girl right here and
that's
not
a
think
fact.
twice about that shit.
Justin, did you cry when him and Amber broke up?
Did you cry? It's crazy. Did you cry? It's crazy.
All right, maybe you didn't cry. Did you feel a little sad?
I just want to know if y'all think Cecil doing a good job or not. Because
Hell
At
no.
what?
that's the
He
argument. Like
he doing
both
his job.
comics and show wise, it's like, yo, what the fuck is Cecil doing? So I will
Doing
give
a good
this.
job from whose perspective? Like,
He's
I give
doing the
Cecil
job.
this.
yeah, Cecil say I'm doing exactly what what they pay me to do.
I give Cecil this credit. And this is fair. This nigga's got a lot to deal with. This nigga got a race of evil Superman, and he's like, bro, I'm trying to do whatever the fuck I can to kill these niggas. Like, if that means I'll be a little fucked up, all right, so be it. Like, these niggas run through people. These niggas run through cities. Bro, the end of season 1 is Chicago. Look what I meant. Bro, like, train scene. Anytime these niggas show up, we just, like, lose a city on the planet.
Cecil trying to do whatever he was trying to do everything in his power to keep Mark from turning into his daddy.
That's fact.
He say whatever you do, don't turn into him,
That's a
please.
fact. Hey, shout out to Immortal. Hey, Immortal again.
Fuck that nigga,
Immortal again.
The Mortal is the most useless
Yeah,
super nigga I ever seen in my life.
he's a hoe.
Nigga,
That nigga just that nigga said I gotta retire. They said do a tribute video and everything Immortal did for the planet. They had Omni Man cut that nigga.
all I
Like,
seen is this
damn.
nigga just be killed and give speeches.
He can't die. He can't die. Like what like what do you want the man to do? Nigga said I'm little. I am my name. I'm immortal. I might not be good, but I'm immortal. Um
Nigga,
Conquest.
that nigga begged Mark to kill him. He said, "Just fly into the sun. Just kill your fucking self." He said, "That's a coward's way to die." I said, "Huh?" So assisted suicide is where we keep our toughness. I said, "You niggas are crazy, bro."
Oh shit. The nice. And then who was it? So at this point we've got what, 4 Viltrumites? Yes, we got Anissa, we got the 2 from season 2. I never remember homegirl's name with like the blade in her hair. And
The
then we'll
nigga that
get
got his face mashed do not matter. we got we got Anissa, we got Mark, we got Omni Man, and we got Conquest TBH.
yeah,
I meant
yeah,
TBT.
yeah. Nah, Conquest is a real
TBD.
nigga.
TBD. Cause he'll be back.
Conquest is great because they changed him up a little bit from from like the comics. So in the comics, Conquest don't give a fuck. Conquest is literally just an insane Viltrumite who's just been fighting forever, and like he does. I don't know if they're gonna really go in depth in the show, but like, so Viltrumites don't really travel alone. They're pretty much always supposed to travel in pairs, and so when one travels alone, it's kind of this sign of like, oh, this nigga's not right. Like there's something wrong with them, and that's why they got to go solo. So, or in Omni Man's case, he was just so damn strong they could do that shit once they started getting the population down. So like Omni Man traveled alone, all right, nigga's crazy strong. Anissa travels alone, she's fucking nuts. And then there's Conquest. And I like what they did with Conquest in the show. They gave him a little more personality, which I liked because he doesn't really talk that much in the comics. Again, he pretty
Mm.
much pulls up and says, "Yo, why the fuck the job ain't done? All right, my nigga, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill everybody." He don't even really want to conquer Earth. He's just like, "I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill everybody else in this bitch, and then I'm gonna go back." Because he
Mm.
doesn't have like a true home. He just literally gets sent a mission, and them niggas say, "Stay far the fuck away from us." Um, I think I said that in the show, right? That he's the oldest one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, and he in the show, I like it because the personality they give him is he's just happy as hell to fight. He's like, bro, I don't know what you did to piss us off, but thank you. Like, my nigga, I've been trying to get some shit off my chest. And let me tell you, Mark, I appreciate you. Um, and then he's got the speech about like, oh, nobody likes me. I gotta live by myself. And I'm like, all right, Conquest, we got some personality. I fuck with it. Um, what was y'all opinion of Conquest when you first saw him?
Well, we didn't
Go
get to
ahead,
him yet,
Tom.
I don't think.
No.
um,
Oh,
before we get to Conquest, because let's talk about my son Oliver.
Oliver's with
My
the
son,
shits.
my son Oliver is never ducking smoke. He ready to catch a body at all times, and he eating like a madman. The pancakes was crazy.
Hey, Oliver's with the shits, man. Oliver said, Ol- Oliver's people already dead.
What's
Oliver said they
Debbie's
already came.
Oh, go ahead.
Like Oliver was literally born. His all them niggas is semi-related. Like he's like, Viltrumites came through, killed everybody. Dad's gone. I'm with like not my mom, but I'm calling her mom. Like Oliver ready. Oliver is the definition of a YN and Invincible.
Oliver definitely a
Ol-
YN. I can see Oliver with a shiesty on,
Oliver ready to crash out at any time.
flying around. It's a real nigga
He,
right there,
he
man.
damn near had a shiesty when he was trying to sneak out the window.
That's a real nigga right there, man. He's he said that nigga said, "Look, man, these twin niggas, these Marla niggas, do not matter, dog.
Yo,
They do
yo.
not matter. They are bad people." And Mark was like, "But we got to give him a chance." I was like, "He kind of spitting, Mark. I don't know what to tell you."
No, Oliver with the shits. They don't got the ideals of like, nah, don't kill this nigga. Oliver didn't have that. You could tell the what side Omni Man who got what.
Yeah, you your daddy, son, for real.
Nigga
Type
says he
type
is daddy.
beat.
They say the youngest always the one.
That's a fact.
That nigga's GG to Omni Man's Kobe, just
Hey
going
man,
crazy.
Yeah.
like they nah, yeah, Oliver's with the shits. Oliver's also more talkative in the show in the comics, which I like. He's got more of a personality. Um. Oh yeah,
Did
no,
you
yeah, on
read
the
the
same
comic? You
season.
read the comics?
Yeah, I've read all. Yeah, I've read all the way through. So
Okay.
I've got to be careful sometimes because I'm like, I try to differentiate, and I'm like, all right, because I'm not trying to spoil certain shit. Because this story is fantastic, and so it's a great time when we get season 4. I know comes out early 2026, which means obviously we're a little like 9-10 months away from the next one coming out.
At
Um,
some point in 2026.
what they're trying to do, supposedly, they're trying to hit its early releases every year. So that's at least the goal. But even
I don't see it
Kirk,
happening. Not with where this
Kirkman,
shit is going.
Kirkman, and the nigga from Amazon, who's like his rep, that's is in charge of producing, is they both said like, look, this is our hope. We gonna try. But like, remember, like between season 1 and 2, they put out like 3 or 4 like quick videos of like, yo, what are you guys doing? Like, where's Invincible at? And this nigga's like, yo, do you know how long it takes to animate this shit?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Like,
saying. It's like it only gets crazier. So it's just one of those things where it's like you don't want